Here we are.
Where are we?
I'm here. Where are you?
Present.
I'm here. Episode 9.
Nuevs.
Jeez.
What a ride. Been a while for us.
Yes.
I don't remember. Was it 3 weeks at least?
It's been a while. We've had a lot of things going on in our
Lunch.
personal lives.
Tell me about it.
You should have seen episode 8
By the time that you're
by the time you're seeing this. Because 9 doesn't come before 8.
Right. The 7, 8, 9.
Because 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Sure.
And he's bigger. I would be scared of someone bigger than me.
Hey.
Oh, hey. A couple new things. A
Yes.
couple of new things, but also one thing that's not necessarily new. Javi's not with us again, dude. But we were at his house the last episode.
Yes.
And I really
If you
appreciate
watched
that.
it.
No, you watched it.
You watched it.
Come on. Shirts. Shirts/merch.
Merch. Our first
Merch?
Our first merch.
First merch.
Shouts out to my cousin.
And also to Maj.
To my mother. It was
Big
a surprise. My mother surprised us with these.
Oh, it says good times, gooder people.
Est.
2021.
Whatever S stands
And
for.
then a microphone in purple and blue.
You know.
This is our OG logo.
Yeah. For the real ones.
Yeah, for the real ones.
But yeah, my mom put in an order to my cousin. My cousin had these made herself.
Custom.
Support small businesses.
404. But only 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
One will be framed.
Yes.
For keepsake.
Forever saved. But yeah, shouts out to my cousin Tiffany. Support small businesses. Link in the
Lincoln Memorial. Yeah.
Yeah, but episode 9. We are back in the corner.
The star of our show. The star of our video podcast.
star.
Is this cocoon light.
It's their life. We're just living it. Man.
And also, new thing. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Blonded. And I'm not talking Frank Ocean.
The full blonde.
He went with it. He took a chance on it, and I think it paid dividends.
Take a chance on me.
But it's only been about a day or 2.
Yes.
No, it's been a day.
Maybe
How does
next
it
time.
feel?
It
Does
feels
it burn?
good.
Did it burn? You burned.
Absolutely burned.
You burned?
If you probably can't see it, but I'm still along the hairline. You can see a little bit of redness still. And when I take a shower with warm water, it burns a little bit on it. Yes. So I have to do lukewarm to cold.
Well, red 'cause red, though.
Red one, red.
Red 'cause red.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
can't really see.
But I'm not. You're just colorblind.
Living that blonded life.
Just kidding.
There's a lot of new changes around here.
Change.
Well, the hair, we got the shirts. I weigh the same, but you don't weigh the same. I think.
Oh.
We're getting bigger. Nothing to hide. Nothing to hide at all. Nothing to hide there. Because we put in the work. I don't put as much work as he does, but we still put in work.
As long as the work is being done.
Work is work. Right.
But yes, welcome to episode 9. Thank you for coming back. Thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate that.
Right.
Very much so.
So what has been going on with us? A lot also that we probably don't need to talk about, but maybe stuff that we learned from the things that we're not going to talk about.
Yes.
I don't know. A lot of things. I don't know. Let me get my notes.
Yeah.
But if you got
Oh.
stuff.
Hello?
You hear that?
Check your car. Alright then.
It better not be my car, I swear, because I'm not checking it. There's a car honking outside. If you didn't hear that, I hope you don't. And this is not a ghetto neighborhood, I tell you. This is pretty close to Summerlin, if you've ever been up this side. Someone just can't find their car.
Yeah. Can you stop interrupting us, please?
All right.
We're shooting a podcast here.
Don't worry,
Thank you.
Thank you. And That's the thumbnail. No. Oh man. That's we can get into it conversationally.
Yeah. Hey.
He's like, 2 8 counts for that ass. Oh my god. People.
So
Their
rude.
only car going off.
So inconsiderate.
Not too hard. Not too hard to find the car.
For what?
Oh my god.
We're in the neighborhood. You lost your car?
Too drunk. Wine drunk.
Go home, you're drunk. I guess we can start on a light note.
Light note.
Light feet?
Exactly. What, that crump? That West Coast? What do we got?
I did a thing.
Oh, I'm all ears. In other words, here for you. Big Sean said that, so can't take credit.
Did. Credit. Cite your sources. But I did a thing that was pretty big for me. Very big. I auditioned.
Dish? Is this your second time auditioning in your life?
This is my second ever audition
For
Mekami.
Oh, well, post drum roll. For Mekami.
For Mekami, yes.
Okay. What's Mekami?
You should know.
I know.
You should know
They
by
know?
now.
Oh, wait. Only Mekami knows. Watching this, so he auditioned for you.
Yeah.
Martel, Lily,
Tails.
maybe Choji. I don't know. Or Maricon.
Directors, staff. But yes, I auditioned for Mekami. And
Whoa.
I was accepted.
GG. He made it in. As soon as I left, he went in.
Passing of the torch, I guess?
Take my spot. Jeez. How was the process? What'd you think of it? Even though you've only been to one audition in your life.
Yeah. It was fun. I had a good time, honestly. They made it very light. Light. The energy was very high, but they kept everything light. The mood was light. It was fun. I had a good time. I was nervous, of course, because that's just me. I feel like that's with a lot of people with auditions, but me specifically, I get crazy anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I stuck through it, and yeah.
You didn't succumb to the pressure of anxiety, which
Yes.
is very hard to do nowadays. It couldn't be any easier, though, because you already knew these people.
Mm-hmm.
You love dancing, you love music. The only thing that would be holding you back was yourself.
Absolutely.
So this was a big milestone for you, because you overcame that wall, I guess.
Yeah.
And I overcome that wall a lot. Even when I was on Mekami, it was like, there was always a wall there for me, or at least towards the end, where I was like, man, I don't know how to feel about this, or yada yada yada, but I still win, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't doing it for myself sometimes, but sometimes I was, and it just didn't feel right. And that's how I knew I had to move on. But that's okay. That's self-awareness. That's awareness. That's self-awareness. That's conscious.
Oh,
Let me try again.
gosh.
That's self-awareness.
Stop. Hey.
Go ahead.
All right, this is episode 9.
Cut. Fuck this shit, dude. I can't even talk. Come on. It's been 3 weeks. My God.
But I will say that I think I heard it. I mean, I'm sure it's been said before. I'm sure it has. But I've heard it from Will Smith as of recent memory. Is that sometimes the best things in life are experienced on the other side of fear.
I think he said all the things that are best for you.
And inspiration.
No, absolutely.
And inspiration, that guy.
That's always the hardest thing, though. But I think it's because you have to face so much adversity to get to even that experience, whether it's good or not. The lesson is what makes it worth it. I don't know.
Absolutely.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if something came easy to you and, you know, you got $1 million after you auditioned for something that you're really good at, do you feel gratification for how much... Because you didn't put in that much work. Maybe it was natural to you. Or even if you did work up to it, if it was so easy to get, would it be that gratifying?
Yeah. I mean, sure, it's nice, but
Trying to
like
play
at the same
devil's
time,
advocate.
like, no, for sure.
I don't know. Something that you really have to overcome some obstacle in your own self to get. I feel like that's probably why it means so much that
Yeah.
you got it. Yeah.
But yeah, shouts out to Mekami. Thank you for believing in me, and I appreciate it a lot.
Big ups. And it wasn't just MechMe, you did it yourself. I think the biggest obstacle was just to get there, to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and have the balls to do it, sure. And then you still did it. And you said that you had anxiety even when you were there?
Leading up to it, while I was there, while I was learning the piece,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, but
We strive on.
absolutely.
And we accomplished it. And that's awesome. God damn, that's awesome. That's crazy.
But
I
yeah,
don't even remember when I auditioned for MechMe. It was either 2012 or maybe 13. Didn't make it. Don't know if I ever said that on the podcast. Did not make it my first time. Wasn't good enough. But my drive was there. And then I went off to the military. Did my basic training for 5-6 months. Came back, was more motivated than ever. And one of the recruiters, or so you would call it a recruiter, Ivy, she told me to keep coming to class every week. Take class, learn more, hone your skills, and show face to the team. And I did that, and eventually I got put on. There was no audition for me. I just kind of got grabbed on. It was like, hey, we realized that you auditioned before. You show drive. You're pretty good. We want to put you on. I was like, let's go. Because I was originally supposed to audition for another crew. UTR.
okay.
I was actually on the way to audition to UTR. And then Ivy reached out, or Alani or Ivy reached out to Alvin, one of my best friends, and said, don't let him audition. I was like, why? You gonna put me on? She said, yeah. Come to class. Took one more class after that, and I think they put me on the team, and the rest is history. I don't remember the timeline, though. And then maybe like a couple months after I got on the team, I was set to deploy maybe a year later, or I was in the motion of deploying to Afghanistan, and I kind of put everything on hold. I was like, fuck, man, I just got onto the team of my dreams. I want to do dancing. At the time, I thought it was going to be a career for me.
Yeah.
And went to deploy in Afghanistan, did the whole 12 months training in country, decompression, all that stuff, and came back super hungry, and then came back into 2015, lasted until 2020, skipped 2021, came back for this last performance in 2020, skipped 2020, did the last performance in 2021, I leave, Dane joins. And that's the history.
Passing of the torch.
Passing? Baton. Yeah, it was, God, man, I can't imagine. I think you could ask anybody that's been an alumni of MechMe, especially during my generation, that MechMe kept, actually everyone, honestly, I think anyone on the team, if there wasn't MechMe present in our lives at the time that we put MechMe as a priority in our lives, then who knows where we'd be, in a negative way.
Yeah.
But a positive way, like, some people would be out on the streets doing some crazy shit, getting arrested, doing drugs.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have fell into if I wasn't on MechMe, because it teaches you these life skills that you can absolutely translate anywhere else. There's a lot of stuff I translated from my time in MechMe onto my military career as far as leadership goes.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to be a leader on MechMe. I got asked to be that eventually. I was a TL first, and I think the next year I was asked to be a captain. And there's only been one captain before me, and he was also military, but I didn't want that position. And it was hard for me to take it because I don't want to do something that I know I don't want to do at the time. But I fell in love with that position. It was tough. It was really tough. But you learn so much being thrown into the fire like that, because you don't want to let all these people that you have on your team down. And it builds you, and it builds the people around you, and also strengthens the bond that you had with the teammates. So I'll never forget that from me. And that's why it's so hard for people to leave, is because the bond is so strong that you can't find normally in your own family. And you can't find that in just regular ass friends. It's stuff that you go through. The memories, the trials and tribulations that you go through with these people that aren't even related to you that make the bond so strong. And that's why Mekami will always be tops in my head. It will be right next to my family. It's a second family. Ask anyone that's ever been a part of it. 6 months, 6 years, it doesn't matter. It means so much to me and everyone that's ever been a part of it. And Mekami takes care of anyone that's ever made the team. Whether or not that you accept that love from them, that's up to you. But that family aspect is something you don't really find in any dance crew in the world, actually. I really don't think so. But I've never been a part of like company or choreo cookies. But this is something we pride ourselves on, as well as becoming better dancers. So shout out to Mekami for realizing, who's really there for them. Because nowadays we're more picky. Or I can't say we're, but the team is more picky on who they choose. And you made it, and I couldn't have been more proud. That's awesome, man. God damn. Good stuff.
And I felt that love before I even auditioned, so I wasn't even on the team, and I felt that love.
Hey, it happens.
So,
good stuff.
Love y'all. But yeah,
I don't know why that's back to me, because there's no bottom line, but it's it's maxed out.
2 triangles.
Yeah,
yeah, maxed out. But yeah.
Shit. What else? What's been going on?
What has been going on? That's probably the biggest thing for me, at least.
Thing, yeah.
Let's see.
I'll keep it light. I got a permanent position at my job at Apple. Hard work goes noticed, I guess, at this point. I'm very proud of myself, and also everyone that helped me out along the way that's already worked at Apple. So thank you guys for giving me some guidance, information whenever I needed it, and also reaching out to my leaders to hype me up in a little bit of a way. But I know at the end of the day that it was my work that got there, but I'm not going to let any help go unnoticed and not appreciated. So shout out to everybody: Mark, R, Rachel, Maria, Angelo, Chino, whoever. Couldn't have done it without you guys. I also couldn't have done it without myself. You got to self-appreciate sometimes. Really hard to do.
Absolutely.
I'm learning that. That's okay.
I think we're all learning it.
Yeah.
We're all learning it.
Some people think they got to figure it out already, but
hey, happy for you, bro.
Happy
for ya.
Yeah.
We greater than me.
We greater than me. What was that question you asked me before this? What was that deepy deep?
The good enough one.
Okay.
Oh, I think it was the good enough one.
I think I'm ready for it.
The question that I had asked you before this was, I feel like everybody gets to a point where we get to a peak, where we get to where we think we peak as a person, an individual. But do we ever, within ourselves, do we ever feel good enough?
I guess you can only answer that
within yourself.
Self relation. I don't know. Do I think that I'm good enough now? I mean, because everyone's their own harshest critic, I can't say that I'm at the peak of my life.
No.
But because I know that I can do so much more, and I guess one could rebuttal saying, well, why aren't you doing more?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking working on it, man. Get off my back, dude.
Jeez, relax.
We're all on the same... I think
what about you?
It's kind of like the same thing about Mekami auditions. Like, I noticed recently that Mekami doesn't necessarily look for the best dancers. Like, I remember disregarding good dance for dedication and attitude. Like, you could be the best dancer in the world if you're not humble, if you're not inspired, and if you don't have the dedication to be part of this niche group called Mekami, we're not going to take you. Even though we're trying to win first place at all these competitions, like, if you don't have that substance within yourself, if you can't blend with this family, and we're not, like, stereotypical. We're not picking and choosing who we like, who we don't like. We're literally just looking at who is putting in the work and who really wants to be there for themselves and also is willing to share with everyone else on the team. And that's how they take people. So I think if you look at that question like that, it's kind of self-explanatory. So
yeah,
you are your harshest critics, but you have to understand that it's all about the effort. The effort is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
You have to have the effort. Yes, eventually you should yield some results from the effort, but you could have a very talented person doing all the right things, doing all the shadow work within themselves to become a better person, but if they don't really want to do that and their intentions rely elsewhere, it's just it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, because they want to do something else. They want to be a bad person. They want to do other shit that won't make them better for themselves, and go be that person. I'm not that person. My effort will always be there to become a better person for me, for the people around me. I'm very inspired from outside sources. Sometimes that's a bad thing, but at least I know that I care. I'll always care from the bottom of my heart. I don't know. In a nutshell, that's in a nutshell. In a huge, huge nutshell. This nut is huge. This is my shell and this is my answer. In that nut, that was my answer. You try. Go ahead.
I mean, what I was gonna allude to was that was the main reason that I pushed myself to audition, was because I've always been so scared to. I've always had a love for dance, but I was always too self-conscious and scared to do something like that, which is why it took me. I skipped 3 Jabba auditions before I finally.
There was 3.
At around there, 2 or 3 Jabba auditions before I finally built up the courage to do it. And did I suck? Yeah, I for sure did. I know I did, but I came out of it happy because I finally did it. But also doing this one, I knew I had to do it for myself. Because like I said, it's something I've always loved to do, but I've been too scared to. So I feel like I needed to do it for myself, to prove it to myself that I had the courage and capability to do it, whether I made the team or not.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't feel good enough right now, though. I don't know.
There you go. But are you going to be better?
Of course. That's always the goal, is to be better.
What's your driving point to be better? Like, what is your main driving point to be a better person in general? Because that could split different ways. You want to be a better dancer? Okay, I want to emulate this person that's a good dancer. But in life in general, what is your main drive to be better?
Ooh.
Is it yourself, or is it because you want to be better for your mom, your parents, your brother? What is it?
Yeah.
That's a loaded one.
It is a loaded one, and I think I wouldn't write it off as like cliche or whatever, but I feel like a lot of people's drive is to be better for others, because they want to be, but I think ultimately is for yourself, just to be better and just to be a better you, the best version of you that you can be, because then that sprinkles onto everybody else. And creates a long-lasting effect.
It does. That's facts.
Yeah.
Well, good on you.
Thanks.
Sure.
And yeah.
Oh.
What
What's that?
What drive? Could you speak up a little bit? I can't hear you.
I'm stick shift. I drive myself. No. At this very point in time, I think the biggest... I can only speak for right now. The biggest drive for me is to... Not that I have any haters in life. I don't think I do. I try to be a likable person by also being myself, so I can't really act fake around people. But I have heard some criticism in the last month, 2 months, that doesn't really match up with what I think myself to be. And recently my biggest motivation to become a better person is because people think this certain way of me. And I know that that's not true at all. It's harsh. It's a harsh thing to hear, especially when it comes from someone that, you care about. But I think that's a lot of the greatest people that went on to accomplish a lot of great feats, rappers, CEOs of businesses. Like, they had a lot of doubt, a lot of people telling them they couldn't do something, or that they're a certain way and that they can't change that, or you're this way, I don't align with that, I'm gonna leave. I'm like, all right, can't change your mind. But I guess my motivation is when people tell me that I'm this way, or I don't like that about you, or yada yada yada. So proving people wrong is probably my biggest motivation right now, and that's kind of like the easiest one to latch on to, because there's always going to be people that will doubt you, or
of course, yeah,
say something about you in that way. And it's all love, though. I still love the people that say these things about me. Sometimes I probably shouldn't love them, but I do, because I come from a good place, good heart. It's hard to deal with, I'll tell you that, but that is the biggest motivation for me right now, to become a better person, to prove other people wrong. And is that the right answer? Who knows? Probably not. But it's my answer.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
You got an answer for me? That's what I thought.
Waiting on you.
Yeah, no. What's that popular social media app? Oh, yeah, TikTok. Waiting on you. No, that's my biggest motivation right now, to become a better person, or whatever I'm trying to do in life. And it is taking some time. But like I said, time, effort. I'll take effort any day from anybody. If it's a long game, sure. But if I know that this person wants to do it, like, fuck it, dude. I'll run with you. I'll help you out, because eventually you'll help me out. It's all good. Damn. Good stuff. Good question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the notes. I see you.
Yeah, well.
I see you.
A few of these notes were... I don't even remember what I wrote. These were a couple weeks ago. Got a deep question.
Oh.
This one kind of aligns with what I just said. It's not even a question. What do you think? I was going down the YouTube hole, the rabbit hole. What do you think consciousness means?
Consciousness.
What do you think the definition of consciousness means? Pertaining to being a human being. What does that mean to you? Consciousness.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I've ever thought
was blindsided when I...
Yeah, I feel blindsided right now.
And I saw a YouTube comment that said, it was like 4 words, but it made sense to me.
Consciousness.
Yep.
Man. I'm blanking because I'm blindsided.
The YouTube comment said, consciousness is the awareness of awareness.
That's what, okay. So that was what I was gonna say, was to an extent being aware. That's what I was gonna say.
Right.
The awareness of being aware. That's what.
There was some good context in this video that I'm kind of blanking on too, but the fact that we can be aware of the idea of consciousness.
Yeah.
That we're seeing something through our eyes,
Yeah.
but we're conscious about our feelings. We're conscious about, this might hurt somebody else. Oh, I don't want to kill that fish because, it's a living being. Like, being aware of everything.
Yeah.
The awareness of being aware is what consciousness means, at least to this person that typed it in YouTube comment. And that was really interesting to me.
That is very interesting.
I love philosophy, and I don't know if that aligns with philosophy, but I think it does.
I think it does.
It's kind of a brain banger. I don't have too much to say about that. I just wanted to throw that in for those of you that like talking about shit like that, because
Yeah.
that's a good conversation starter. I really don't know.
Yeah. What is conscious to you?
What is?
Tell us.
What is?
Enlighten us. We'd love to hear it.
Sure.
Honestly.
Ask.
Ask.
I don't know. I like to say I'm pretty conscious about stuff. Because if you're being self-aware about the things that you're feeling, you're going through, that's the first step to almost any of your problems in life, is being aware of them first. Because, if you don't know that you're bleeding from your left arm, you're going to eventually die, because you're not going to do anything about it, because you don't know that you're bleeding.
Yeah.
Being aware of that this left arm is bleeding right now, you can make the moves to fix it. So that's, in a nutshell, that's kind of the idea of consciousness. Like being aware, being in touch with every single part of yourself, and I guess kind of being an empath too, if you want to be conscious of someone else as well. Ooh, empath. Ooh, that's another one. I've been hearing that word a lot at work. Empath. Empathic.
Yeah.
Empathy. Feeling for others?
Feeling for, I believe, because I know, I always forget the difference between sympathy and empathy.
I think when I was in my training for this new job, Apple, they played a video on YouTube saying empathy versus sympathy. They showed like some fox in some dungeon, or like in a deep hole, crying with a cloud over his head, and there was a bear that crawled down the ladder and said, "Hey, I'm here for you. I understand how you feel. I mean, I have went through it, but I'm here for you." Empath. And then they showed another animal poking his head down the hole. It was like, "Hey, are you okay? I'm sorry. It sucks down there. Yeah, I get it." Different.
Very different.
If I'm crying and I would kind of want that support, I want someone to actually kind of relate to me, even if they haven't been through that, to kind of lower their energy to match mine, because people want to just be leveled with. They don't like being looked over. They don't like being talked down to. So that's what I think empaths do to people in need. Sympathy, kind of a different way. I'm not saying all sympathy is bad, but it could come off that way. And that was a pretty cool video.
Dang.
Yeah, empathy, man. Empathy. You had any thoughts recently, or any cool experiences that we could possibly unpack or in?
Cool experiences. Trying to think.
How have you been feeling? In the last couple weeks, how have you been feeling?
I would, if I'm being honest, pretty up and down. Ebbs and flows.
If you want to be vulnerable, feel free.
Yeah.
I'm sure people would love to hear the vulnerability.
It's always so hard to talk about, but
Don't have.
No. We're here. We're being vulnerable. This is a vulnerable place.
Safe space.
Yes, very safe space. A few weeks ago, I got a call from my mother that my grandma had to be taken to UMC. And the reason she was taken there was because she fell, hit her head, and fell into a coma. And less than 48 hours later, she passed away. Freaking crazy. Very hard time. I'm still dealing with it. Still going through all the emotions of it. I don't know if I've fully accepted it yet. This is her necklace that was passed down to me, that I wear a lot. I wore to the audition. She was there with me. But yeah, that was really, really hard. Especially because I was in the room with her until she flatlined. And that, I mean, obviously that's a choice to stay in there, but I feel like I needed to. But yeah, that was I would probably have to say that was the hardest time or I would say one of the hardest times I've had in my life was basically watching my grandma pass away. And that shit was hard. And I don't want to get emotional. Right. No.
We're celebrating.
Yes, we are celebrating. Yes.
Alvina.
Grams. But yeah, we are having her memorial very soon. Celebrating her life. Basically, the first family reunion we've had on my Hawaiian side in many a years. So that's going to be really nice to be around. Especially family that I haven't seen in a while. But yeah. It's hard. It's a hard time right now. I feel like I'm handling it okay, but at the same time, it'll hit me at random times, and I just I just want to cry for days. Cause she had cancer. She had multiple myeloma. I always forget what it is, like what exactly multiple myeloma is. But she was dealing with cancer. She was doing chemo. She never beat it, but from what I heard, she always told me if she was gonna go, it wasn't gonna be the cancer. It was not gonna be the cancer, and it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. My grandma was. Oh no! What happened here? Okay, well. We'll put that aside for now. I don't know if she likes that I'm talking about her right now.
Hey, that's a sign, man.
Alright, we'll edit that.
Parada, man.
Parada.
You don't know what that means, and that's fine.
That's fine. I don't even know where I was going with that. But, yeah.
What would you say the biggest lesson because when I lost my great-grandparents, I think 1 year after the other, they were a big part of my childhood. Is there something that you've learned from her specifically that you are going to take on with you for the rest of your life? Specific lesson from her. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like it's already something that I've been doing. Yeah. But I think even more so now. And I heard it from my grandpa, was that my grandma just enjoyed life. Enjoyed it. Yeah. The ups and downs, everything. And I feel like that's what I've been taking on recently, but I think more so now than ever, like, in honor of her, is just enjoying the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. I don't know how many times. Twice. But yeah, enjoying everything that life throws at you, because I don't know. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's
not easy.
Yeah, no, it's hard to see my grandpa grieve, because the past couple of times I've seen him, my grandma, of course, always gets brought up. And he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna carry on without grandma. And I'm like, man, it's the hardest thing to hear. But I mean, all we can do right now is just be there for my grandpa. I saw him today, and I think I didn't know the specifics of how long they had been married, but it was 50 plus years. Yeah, man.
Double our lives. Crazy.
I can't freaking imagine losing my wife after 50 years of marriage. Yeah. Empathy, yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I have the capacity to feel that much. for somebody else that's lost somebody
Yeah.
twice as long as I've been alive. But
for real,
you can only do so much to be there for somebody.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. And it's family, too. God damn. Well, thanks for sharing that with the world. That's not easy.
Yeah.
God damn.
We're vulnerable here. We're real. This is real.
This is the realest shit. This is probably the realest podcast you'll ever see. Because we're not talking out of our fucking side of our necks, dude. We don't do this shit. Right here. We're talking from the side of our hearts, dude. If anyone ever wanted to know about us, just watch the podcast.
All you have to do is
You don't have to meet us. No. Just watch the podcast. You'll learn about Javi. Doesn't talk much. Doesn't speak loud enough. But he's funny as fuck. Watch the podcast. Dane, progression. Me, loud, but also when you meet me, absolutely not loud.
Quiet.
Only when we talk one-on-one. But you would have got that if you listened to the first 19 episodes. So go back. Try again.
We'll try again.
Yeah.
We'll run it back.
Yeah, we'll run it back, man.
Damn.
There's been a lot of loss in both of our lives recently. I won't get into mine, but I think one of my thoughts that I had during this whole process of both of us going through some stuff is the mere fact that what makes us different from being fucking robots, dude, there's not much.
Yeah.
There's really only one word that separates us from being robots and human.
Mm-hmm.
We're functional. We can do things.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. We can talk. We can look. We can analyze. But robots cannot feel.
Feel. Yep.
We can't feel. They can't. Sorry. We can feel. They cannot feel. They can't feel heartbreak. They can't feel loss. They can't feel mad.
Happy.
Sad, happy.
Yeah.
They just go through the motions. And that's what a lot of people need to realize now, especially if you're going through some tragedy, is that is the beauty of life. This quote, it's not even a quote, it's like, I think it was J. Cole. There's beauty in the struggle. Nice. But the struggle being life.
Yeah. Because
there's ups and downs. The juxtaposition, love that word, dude. Love that word, right? There's up here, there's down here. Juxtaposition is the difference between the up and the down. Everything in between. When somebody dies on the tombstone, 1990, whatever, till whenever. Mm-hmm. That dash right in between. People like to make that fucking quote. It's all about what you do with the dash. All right, try another quote. But that's a juxtaposition. That's the difference between being born back then and dying right now. Everything in between, that is what makes you human. You felt that. You felt that heartbreak. You felt losing someone. You felt loving, to love and lose, to love and loss, to live and let die.
Yeah.
All of that other shit. So many quotes, dude. But the feeling that you get and the lessons that you've learned along the way, regardless of how those situations end up, that is part of being human. It's a hard pill to swallow. Still swallowing the pill. It's right here. Not even close, dude. My esophagus is not big enough to swallow that fucking pill.
Yeah.
But I'm aware of it, just like we were talking about earlier.
Consciousness.
Conch. Magic conch shell right here. May have something to eat. No. Dude. That's life. Life is gonna fucking suck. Oh my god. Yeah. Life is gonna suck.
It's going to.
But because it sucks is why it's beautiful. And recently, dude, since all this emotional stuff has been brought up to my attention, my life, it's risen to the surface. I've been tearing up at a lot of beautiful things. And what I mean beautiful is when I know that somebody out there has put their passion and their soul into something. Like I would watch a dance video. Now I could tell when someone's dancing for the clout or someone's dancing to express themselves at the best of their ability. There's a big difference.
Huge.
There. And even music. I've been listening to so much music. Mostly R&B, sad stuff. Sure, sue me. But I wear my heart on my sleeve. You see my heart? It's right here.
It's right here.
It's black, but it's there.
It blends in.
Sure. But I've been tearing up at a lot of stuff that's beautiful, because to understand what beauty is means that you understand that you can also lose that beauty. You can have it, you can appreciate it, but it's not going to be there forever. So I would like to leave you guys with the fact that you need to appreciate all the things that you think are amazing in your life right now. Right now, because tomorrow it's not going to be there. Or, sorry, tomorrow it might not be there. And you can't control it. And that's the thing. Beautiful things out there, beautiful people out there, you cannot control them and how they feel about you. You have to appreciate them for what they have done for you and have done with you, done beside you, or the things that you do for yourself. Appreciate all that right now, so if one day it ceases to exist, you can have no regrets about it. I have no regrets about anything that I've ever done in my life now. Sure, maybe some things I think I may have wanted to change back then, but because of who I am now, I'm not going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That means you have to be accepting of who you are now. You can't hate yourself.
No.
You can't beat yourself up. You can't change anything. So why dwell on the past? Appreciate the now, and you'll have a better future. And like I said in previous podcasts, the future doesn't exist. So just worry about it now.
Yeah, absolutely. It literally
The past
does not
happened,
exist.
though. The past happened, so fix your present, because the present is the future. But whatever, I'm not a time traveler. Whatever, dude.
Hey.
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 I've been thinking way too much recently.
Hey.
I'm crying way too much.
You're conscious.
Ryan!
Conch.
That's why my name is Ryan. Put the C right in front of it.
Cry.
Is this a C right here? Is this a C?
Insert a C right there.
Hey. I'm aware of what I am, man. It's all good. And I love everyone around me. Even if you're no longer a part of my life, love you guys. Because you made me who I am today. And I hope I did the same for you. And also, you.
Absolutely.
I digress.
But I'll probably put the C here because it makes sense left or right.
Sure. I don't know. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
sure. So I guess all in all, this is how I used to end all of my high school papers in. My final paragraph. All in all.
In conclusion.
No,
Yeah,
never use in
all in
conclusion
all.
because boring. All in all, because you got to be different. You got to be different. That's how you get the A+. All in all. One huge thing that's helped me go through all this stuff, and hopefully you too. I think you too. Besides conversation, because I think I've said this before, conversation is key, and it heals so much because you get to share, you get something back, you get something to work on when you go home by yourself.
Yeah.
So conversation is absolutely right there. But I've also said this before in a previous podcast. Music is also my religion, in a way. I believe. I was burping as I was talking, so I said I believe. I believe that. I believe that music has more of an impact than religion could. Yes, there's a Bible. There's scripts that people read daily. They have apps for it now, but we got the same thing for music. And you know what? Music has never let me down in my life. And that's kind of the biggest crutch. And when I say crutch, something I lean on all the time is that when I have nothing else, when I have no one to lean on, when I have no one to listen to me, even though I have people listen to me, and when I have no one to relate to me, I have music. I have songs that speak volumes to me. That will always match my needs and what I need to hear, or what I think I do, or even what I don't want to hear but I need to hear.
Yeah.
I have music for it. And thank God that I found dancing, because think of music like if you were just listening to a song and you had just gone through a breakup, whatever, and spitting all this stuff, give me all this information about how you probably weren't good enough, or she wasn't good enough for you, or yada, yada, yada. It's just a one-way conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That song is telling you how to feel, or that song is speaking your truth when it's not really a truth. But with dance, it's a conversation. It's, I get to speak my truth through these words that you're telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else's craft. Someone made that song through their struggle. And you get to give back to them, even though they won't see it. It's that talking, that communication of, this is how I feel when I hear this song. And I get to express my sorrows and troubles through this music, and it feels good to me. Expression. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I've learned about my dance journey, is that at the end of the day, I'm in love with music more than anything else in my life besides family. Anyone that I've ever loved, I'd probably choose music over it, because that's hard to say, but
I feel that.
Music has never let me down. Music has always been there for me to the end of time. When I'm by myself and people let me down, music is always there for me. So I figured out a way to talk back to the music and to create something with music. And that's also kind of where I realized I didn't have to be on Mechami to have my identity of who I am. There we go again.
Hey, can you just find your car already? Oh my gosh.
Sitting on the keys. It's fine. He's sitting on the keys.
Oh, wait. Uh-huh.
Oh,
two now. Where's mine?
Mikey's. Mikey? Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
All right.
Interrupting a very sentimental moment.
And we're good. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Regardless, music has always been there for me, and it's always been my solace. It's always been my safe place. That's it. And that's why I think it's a religion, because it could shape people's minds. It could help people cope through things that they won't normally get that energy from another person to help them deal with unless they pay for a psychiatrist. Yeah. But even then, psychiatrists don't actually know you unless you tell them about yourself.
Yeah. I
don't have to tell the song who I am, verbally at least. Yeah. I just express it, I'd make moves, I do dances to it, I make choreography, I freestyle to it, and that is who I am as a person. Now, I'm not just a dancer. I have a lot of other creative stuff that I'm trying to work on right now, but dancing is a part of me, and music will always be there for me. I just wanted to shout out to music, man.
Absolutely shout out to music. Because I don't know what life would be without it.
What would the gym be without it? A bunch of lunking and grunting. A bunch of fucking assholes that think they're better than other people. That's what the gym is.
Yeah.
Go take pictures, man. Go take pictures in the fucking mirror. What are you doing it for? Is it for you, or is it for some chick?
The cloud.
Hey, whatever, man. That's on you.
You
need substance.
Do you?
Go.
All I know is if I had to lose one of my six senses, hearing would not be one of them.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not one of them.
That's the last one I would keep.
No, I'm just kidding.
No good.
Oh man. But yeah, I if I had to lose one of my six senses, it could not be hearing. Definitely could not.
Would it be?
I think it'd be smell. I think I need my vision.
To appreciate the beauty that is life.
To appreciate everything that is visible. Hearing music, duh.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to the.
We'll
leave.
Come on.
Ick.
Think about it. Ick. Hashtag ick, man.
What was it? Taste.
Taste. You gotta taste.
I'll sacrifice smell for taste.
Easily. What does smell give you besides mouth-watering?
Yeah.
Disgusting. There's also good and bad to that.
I would rather taste than smell.
Absolutely.
Surprise me.
I don't care to smell broccoli. But I also don't care to taste it. But I don't care to smell chicken parmigiani. But I would love to taste it, right? Name one thing in your life that you would love to smell but not taste. Stop. A candle? Sure. But we're not talking about candles, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I think we hit all the senses.
I think we hit all of them.
5, right? Yeah, sure.
Oh, man. But yeah, of the 6 senses, what would you give up? And don't bite. Think for yourself.
Well,
think.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, think for yourself. I'd like to wrap these up.
Yeah.
With, I think we did it before, but I think we should probably maybe start it off with.
About that
but
time.
for right now, we'll wrap it up with something that we may or may not start every episode with. It's gratitude. 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 There's a rat under my hat. Bars. Let's give out a piece of gratitude, and also we're very much encouraging you guys to share gratitude. Tell someone you love them. Mm-hmm. Whatever positive. It has to be real though. If you have nothing to give, you have no gratitude to give, you're not living a purposeful life. There's just, because if you give that good energy out, there's gonna be someone that notices and gives it back to you, and that person you can give gratitude to.
Yeah.
What should I do? Who am I gratituding today? It's not that hard to think about. It's just I have so many people to give gratitude to. I would like to give out gratitude to. Don't copy. Dane and Javi.
Oh, gosh.
Don't copy, no bite. Dane and Javi. Why, though? Right? You're asking why? Is it because they're podcast mates? Is it because they're close friends? Oh,
no.
Sure. No. Because in these last couple of weeks that I've been going through stuff, even though he has been as well, I've literally leaned on these motherfuckers almost every single night. Every day. Not that I don't have other people to lean on, because I also have gratitude for them, but we're only specifically choosing a person or 1 or 2 people right now. Because the more specific, the more meaningful. So, Javi, Dane, thank you guys for being... Javi,
You better be listening.
Javi, thank you for being there for me. Dane, obviously. Thank you for being there for me in my lowest times. And just being. The company is all I ever asked for. I don't need, oh, you're doing this. I don't need all that bullshit. I just need someone to be right next to me. That's it. Do I actually need it? I don't know. I asked for it. I get it. And that's why I'm gratitude. Gratuity. 20%. 20%. So thank you and Javier Penaloza for being there for me. And that's not...
Why you gotta steal, though?
Why you gotta steal?
No, I'm not stealing.
I made it up.
Because as soon as you said it, I knew who I was gonna say. And it was... Well, I'm not copying it because... Oh. I'll say Javi first. Javi and Ryan.
Sure.
It's just...
Why, though?
I don't mean to... But like I said, we've both been going through some very dark times. And it's like, these two have been there for me every single day. There was one day, I will say, and I don't like doing it, but sometimes I just I don't feel like responding. But there was a day that they were all texting me and I wasn't responding at all. And this guy has my location. And after he got off work, he drove to where I was at 11 o'clock at night. I was at some very, I would say, secluded location.
Highfalutin restaurant.
No, I had took myself up to this one spot in the city where it's a perfect view of all of Las Vegas. I mean, it's just a place where I go to escape when it's not the gym. because the gym is my escape. But like that's where a place where I know where I can go to, like, just escape and just be by myself. But yeah, he was texting me the other day and I wasn't really responding, or if I was responding, it was hours later. Yeah, it was hours later. But after he got off, without me saying anything, he drove up to the spot that I was at to come and check on me, and I am so appreciative of that. Appreciative of that.
Well, man.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Javier, you too. You better be listening. That's all I know.
Pussy.
If you don't listen to your own podcast, fake fan.
Fake fan. Fake friend. Whatever. Anyway, wrapping that up, send some gratitude out today, man.
Yeah.
Even if it's someone that you think that you had a falling out with. 'Cause I've done that before. It's like, I've reached out. Granted, I've had some drinks into me at the time that I was doing it, but I've reached out to someone that did me wrong 5 years ago. That I had the reason to not like this person. But when I was, I was a little tipsy. But because of how my wine works, I really don't want any, not loose ends, but I don't want any bridges burnt in that type of way in my life. So I reached out to this person. I didn't get anything back. I was like, hey, I understand how it was in the past. Like, you did this to me. I forgive you. Yada, yada, yada. I didn't get anything back. Cool. I did my piece.
Yeah.
Just live your life with no regrets. And also, just share as much as you can. Be the best person that you can for other people so you can set an example, but also for yourself so you feel better.
Yeah.
Reach out. Tell someone you love them right now.
Yes.
Text them. Whatever. It's easy. Hard, but easy.
Don't take life for granted.
Yeah.
Granted.
Don't take it for granted.
Really don't, though. Because things can change in an instant.
People will be gone by tomorrow. Promise.
Yeah. Be appreciative. Be grateful. Be kind. Love one another. All the above.
Bubble.
But yeah, episode 9.
That's been 9.
To the 9s.
Tis
sure.
All. That's it. Whatever. To the 9s.
Damn, next episode is 10.
Damn. D-Ace.
10.
I don't know.
But if we're going off of all of them, next episode is we're legal. 21.
21 Jump Street, baby.
But yeah, that's episode 9. Shouts out to my cousin again for these shirts, merch.
Madre.
Mother cousin.
Mother cousin.
Shouts out.
That's love.
Yeah. Shouts out to you.
Shouts out to you.
Shouts out to Javi.
Shouts out to you for listening. Whether it be 10 years from now, 50 when I'm dead. Shouts out to who's still listening. Probably my child's probably listening to this. Shouts out to you, man.
Shouts
or
out to
woman.
you.
Love you.
I don't know. Cattywampus.
Cattywampus. Urban Dick that. Probably find it in Wordle.
Did you do a Wordle today?
I'm gonna do Wordle. See ya.
But yeah.
Oh, who is the artist that sang Elastic Heart?